everybody, I'm Roxy and this is Rock Me BS. So today I'm bringing you my March highlight. March was a great reading month for me. I actually got like my reading mojo back. And I also read a lot of great books. I didn't read anything that I disliked, and that was so weird. So I actually don't have anything for the negative section this time. All positives. Yeah. So the first book I want to talk to you about is A Little Book of Language by David Crystal. If you have been here for like 3 months, you already know that I am a linguistics student and I love language and linguistics. It's something I feel very strongly. But this book is literally the best introduction to language you'll ever get. It's so comprehensive and it's so modern, from writing and the development of language to texting and language variety and dialects, and it's so fascinating. This is not technical at all. It's 100% like pop linguistics, and David Crystal has this very clear and warm, welcoming voice that translates really well to writing, and it has short chapters that will stick with you, I promise. Read it. Then I read A Study in Pink, the manga version of the first episode of the BBC Sherlock TV series. So this manga I gave 5 out of 5 because it's just like the show. I mean, the dialogue is really great, but that's the show. However, the art I really enjoyed, the placement of the dialogue and the pace of the manga, I think it was really well done. So it was like a joint effort, I would say. Yeah, I mean, it's great if you like BBC Sherlock. If you perhaps don't like watching the series because the episode is like an hour and a half long, then you can check out the manga because it's just like that, and the art is great and it won't take you as long to read. Yeah, I recommend it, but then again, only if you really like the show, because it's the same. I can't stress this enough. It's the exact same thing. Then I read 2 plays, Art by Jasmina Reza and Peter and Alice by John Logan. Both of these I'm going to talk about on a separate video. I'm going to do a recommendation of this and another play, so I'm not going to say that much about them, just that both really moved me, and in different ways. This is a comedy and this is one of the saddest human dramas I've ever read, but because a lot of people don't read plays, I'm going to do another video on that, so I'm going to link it here so you can check it out. But both of these recommended. I give these 4 out of 5 and these a solid 5 out of 5. One of the best things I've read so far. So the last book I want to talk to you about is The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne. I've talked about like the plot of this because I was reading it last month, but this is about Hester, an adulterous woman who is forced to wear a big scarlet A on her bosom, and this A sort of changes her identity because she becomes a social pariah, but with time she becomes almost a saint because she's so nice and so demure. And then one wonders, because she was so young when this all happened, is she nice because of the A, because she feels like she has to make up for it, or is her nature? And there's also like a demon baby and a lot of ghosts, and it's very, very interesting. I did give it 4, not 5, because I think the plot was a little like extended and then rushed, extended and then rushed. It's sort of like that, and the ending not nearly as powerful as the beginning. However, the writing here is flawless. It's flowery, but in all the right ways, and so I still recommend this, but I do admit that it's not for everyone. Then the book I am currently reading, I mean, I'm not going to finish this anytime soon because I multi-read, but I do love like dipping in and out of this world. I think that's like the best part, because you sort of become absorbed. A lot of people don't like the way George R.R. Martin writes, and I think that's BS. I'm sorry, I don't want to be rude, but I think that the way he writes, it's absolutely immersive for the time. I mean, it's modern, but at the same time retains so many characteristics of like Anglo-Saxon and medieval writing, and oh, I just really enjoyed it. Anyways, let's move on to the music section, because I want to recommend you a song this time, a song that I really love and that I've been listening to non-stop, and that's What If by Tokyo Hotel. For those of you who might not know this, which is everyone I think, I absolutely love Tokyo Hotel. I listened to them when they were super popular and I was really young, and we were all like emo people screaming at stuff. And they took a break, and then they came back with an absolutely new sound with another CD called Kings of Suburbia, which I actually recommend as well. They were an okay like pop rock band, but they're a really great electronic band. They have this really like complex but still very listenable, I guess, sound. So funky, and I love it. And the song we're listening to, of course, What If, is in their new album called Dream Machine. And the album is good, but this song is my absolute favorite, and I think you should listen to it because it has that thing that it's a little retro but still very current and not like just electronic. Put your hands up, which is something I hate. I'm going to link the link to the music video down below, and that's it. And for a movie that I think you should watch is Jackie. And I know I'm going like through the Oscars and that's sort of predictable, but please watch Jackie. Natalie Portman was completely robbed of her Oscar. I mean, this is such a demanding performance, and the fact that she didn't win was appalling. Okay, so Jackie talks about what Jackie O might have gone through or had to go through after her husband John F. Kennedy was shot, and that's it. And it's directed by a Chilean director, Pablo Larraín, who is one of the most important Chilean directors of all time. The movie is a bit eerie, it's very dramatic, it has a lot of dialogue, it's not like the fastest paced movie, but it's so deep, and the human drama in it, the suffering is so intrinsic, and Natalie Portman does a superb job of portraying all these quiet emotions, sometimes being more frenetic. It's just perfect. Please watch Jackie, it's so great. Anyways, please leave a comment. What do you think about these books? Have you read any of them? Are you thinking of reading any of them? Moving on to April, I think I'm going to be reading a little bit of everything because I am back to college, so that's a lot of photocopies and chapters of books that I have to read. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and check out my other videos on my Spanish channel. See you next time. I was crying by the end, really. Oh, just wait for that video. It's very much like The Miniaturist, I guess, in the way that it's magical, but that's not the central element, and it's not magical realism either. It's sort of in between. It was great. So please give this a try if you think that this might interest you.